Hey guys, it's Mary with the Painted Peach. We're in another playlist today, and this playlist is Following. I'll give you more information on that in just a bit, but for now, let's get started. Our first DIY today is going to be these witches' legs. I created this cutout from a stencil from Couture. I just kind of eyeballed it, so I'm hoping that it fits, but if it doesn't, I can always just trim it down. I'm going to paint the whole thing with black licorice Folkart paint, and then we are going to dry it and give it a good sanding. Now I'm going to add some dark wax all around the edges and on the front where I sanded so that it's not such light wood. Now I'm going to add the stencil. This is from Couture. It is a sticky stencil. Mine's not so sticky anymore though, but it still works. I'm going to use 3 different colors, and we're just going to lift the transfer or stencil every now and then to make sure that the paste doesn't dry in there. And there it is. Now we're just going to turn it over and paint the back, and I'm going to paint the whole thing with orange, and then we're going to add some other colors. I'm going to use those colors that we used on the front, so I'm just going to use my finger and add them to different areas all over. Once I do that, I'm going to add some wax in different areas with a paintbrush, and I'm just adding clear wax, and then we're going to paint over the whole thing with black. Once we have the whole thing painted, we're going to dry it, and then we're just going to take a paper towel and wipe. This is wiping back where that wax was added, and it gives a chippy effect. I'm also going to use a little brush to kind of brush away some of it, and then I'm going to also sand really well so that the colors come out just like I want them to. Now I'm just going back in with some dark wax where I sanded because the light wood came through and I don't want that. So this is how that turned out. I think it's super cute. Here's the back, there's the front. It does stand up, and I'm just adding a little bit more dark wax all around the front as well, just to give that rustic look. This was a super simple DIY with a piece of scrap wood and a Couture transfer or stencil. There it is, all finished up. This following playlist is hosted by House on Noble and Buffy Designs. Check out the hashtag Following 2024 using underscores to find all of the creatives' creations. Here's DIY number 2. I cut out this on my scroll saw. I just drew up a little pattern myself, and we're gonna make a cute little Halloween stacker. So I'm just using different colors. We're gonna mix some colors also to make the green that we want. So I'm just using white, black, orange, and green. I'll put all the colors in the description of which greens and oranges and all that I used. So we're just gonna start out by painting each section different colors. The bottom is orange, the top is green. Then we're doing black for the second one and white for the third. Now we're going to make sure we have it nice and dry, and we're going to do some shading with little mixtures of colors. I'm adding a little bit of brown into my orange and adding some lines for the pumpkin. And then we'll add some black and white to make gray to turn our little white section into a mummy. We're mixing a little bit of black into our green to do some outlining on the Frankenstein, and then we're adding his hair in with the black licorice. This little stacker is just going to be a little whimsical and fun, something that kids would probably like, or you could sit it out in a tier tray. I think it is super cute. Now we're adding a little bit of the gray onto the black for the spider, and then we're going to give everything a good dry. I'm using the end of a paintbrush to create eyes, and then on the pumpkin I start with the end of the paintbrush and then I flip it over and use the actual paintbrush. We're just going to create some faces on our creatures. This could definitely be done in a less whimsical way. It all depends on how you want to decorate your stacker. I do use the sander just to scuff it up some because I don't like it looking so dark and perfect. I do like a little bit of rusticness to all of my creations. Now we're just going in and making that little mummy eye and a little tiny mouth to the side. Just a little bit of character on each of these. Using the end of the paintbrush to make some eyes on our spider. And we're just going to keep on creating these cute little faces. Now I'm grabbing out my Posca pen and we're gonna make these eyes a little bit more round, and then we're going to create some eyelids and make our little spider have a little bit of a creepier face. Now I'm just getting out my Dremel and I'm putting 4 holes on each side of the spider. I'm going to get out some wire and cut it to size, and we're going to add it with a little bit of hot glue to each hole. You could use any glue that you want. I just chose hot glue because it was quick. It was a little messy, so if you have a glue that you prefer, I would definitely choose that over the hot glue. I'm just shaping the little legs to what I want them to look like, and I think this is so cute. I'm adding a cute little bow to the top of the spider. I want her to be a girl, and then we're just going to do a little bit of a shadowing underneath that mummy, and then we're just going to paint the back, and then this little guy will be all finished up. Here is the final reveal. I really enjoyed creating these cute little whimsical creations for Halloween. I just love these witches' legs. And here's our cute little stacker with the pumpkin, the mummy, the spider, and the Frankie. I think it turned out super adorable. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. And as always, stay peachy. See you next time.